I want you to meet one of our appraisers.
That's beautiful.
I'm not so sweet.
Did you do that on purpose?
That's custom.
So it's one of one.
Looks like the car's been repainted.
It looks like it's been done with a toilet brush.
Oh. Now I'm going to put a value today.
I know you were thinking 40.
Really?
You're kidding.
I'll take it. I thought it might be worth something.
America, you asked, what's my car worth? From Model Ts to muscle cars. You emptied your garages, barns, and driveways and brought your wheels here. Now our veteran appraisers will put them to the test and tell you whether you got a clunker or a classic. Welcome to Sticker Shock. How you doing, Dennis Pitzenberger?
Good, how are you? Nice to meet you.
I am doing well. Where do you come from today?
I actually live in Long Beach, California.
Long Beach, California. What did you bring for us to look at today?
I brought a 1939 Ford pickup truck.
All right, let's bring it up on the rack, take a peek.
Love it.
Well, I gotta tell you, the first thing I noticed is the actual license plate. That is cool. I like the wide whites, too. When it was introduced in 1938, the Ford half-ton pickup sold for just $585. The 1939 model was the ugly duckling of its generation, mocked for its flared curves and massive oval grille. 2 years later, it was completely redesigned. But since then, the 39 has become beloved by hot rodders and classic car enthusiasts. Well, I dig it, man. It's a great-looking rig, but where's the love affair with pickup trucks start?
I got my first one was a 59 F100.
Okay.
And as I got more into the cars, the older my taste got. It's super hard to find a pre-war car, so finding the 39 Ford, that was the holy grail to me. It was in a barn, literally, parked in 1951 and pulled out in July of 2016, so it was just like a time capsule. There was about an inch of barn soot and dust all over it, and what's on it now is just a nice coat of linseed oil, just to keep it nice.
Okay, it's kind of like an old baseball glove. I like
Exactly.
that. How much did you pay for it?
I paid $4,000 for the car.
So, what do you think it's worth?
I wouldn't sell it for a penny less than 40 grand.
Let's bring in Randy, our expert. I know he'll have lots of questions for you, and let's find out what the value of this pickup truck is. Randy?
Hey, Randy, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Very good. Nice to meet you, too.
Randy Carlson grew up the son of a car collector. He's spent his entire life working on buying and selling cars. He's been featured in more than 50 magazines for the hundreds of vehicles he's rebuilt, including several award winners. He appraises nearly 500 cars a year. He once sold a VW for a whopping $250,000.
So 39 Ford truck. Obviously, there's no bed in there, so we can see what's going on with the chassis here. And this is all fresh stuff. This is brand new underneath.
Everything from here back is brand new frame because it was too rotted to build off of.
In general, the highest value is often for a restored vehicle.
But it looks safe, it looks sound, you've got clean welds on it, and that's really reassuring, and that, to me, adds an awful lot of value. Obviously, you've got some body rot going on here.
That's custom.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, but it took a long time to do.
This is true. No, Mother Nature is a great body person if you let her. But, you know, obviously, you've got that going on there. What do you have under the hood?
I have a 302 with a C4.
You kept it Ford.
Always.
Wise move. And you've put some period-looking goodies on it, too. It's got that sort of 60s custom vibe to it.
Right.
I mean, obviously, it's not period. It's not a flathead in it. You could have gone that route, and that would have boosted the value, but the reliability isn't there compared to a more modern engine.
Right.
Why don't we fire it up? We'll see how it sounds.
All right.
Now, this is more your cup of tea. This is hot rod action,
Well,
right?
everything except for the distributor's on the wrong end. Did I say that out loud?
That's awesome. It sounds beautiful. I mean, that runs super smooth. It's not obnoxiously loud. What do you got going on around the back?
In the back, I got the old roadside little marble reflectors.
Those are great. But I'm seeing something that's blowing my mind. Tell me about the clown.
The clown is an original 1938 accessory. It's called a Fooey face. And what would happen is if somebody was cutting you off, you would pass them and you would hit your brakes and the eyes would light up red and the tongue comes out and it makes this buzzing noise that they call a razz. And they sold them for $2 back in the day.
Well, I've seen these before, and it's not an easy part to find. I mean,
No.
this is a pretty valuable chunk hanging off the back of
Yeah.
your truck. I mean, that's probably a $1,500 item.
Yeah.
Now, do you have it hooked up?
It is hooked up.
Bro, we got to see that.
You want to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, Dennis, this is maybe more my cup of tea than yours. That's really awesome.
I dig that. That is very cool.
All these little touches that you've done definitely adds value to it. The question is, how much value does it add? You know,
Right.
does having that piece that's a $1,500 piece add $1,500 worth of value? Or would it be better to sell the truck without that and then get your $1,500 back?
Great.
And that's the hard part when it comes to rare accessories and stuff. So this is killer here, the fender with the wire holding it together.
That happened in the late 40s. The farmer snagged this fender, and his way of fixing it was using fence wire and stitching it like a Frankenstein, and I said, I have to keep that. That's just too cool.
Oh, it is. It's way too cool. Let's see what you got going on the inside.
I tried to keep the gauges all original, and then what I did is I hid these are the current gauges in the glove
Awesome.
box because I didn't want to take away from the look of everything, and those weren't really functioning.
No, wise move. And you've got some more great accessories in here. The little fan, that was originally a vacuum operated fan,
Vacuum
right?
operated
Yeah.
fan, and then the rearview mirror actually has a clock in it. It's got the Ford logo on it.
Oh, check that
from the
out.
40s.
Yeah, that's a cool piece.
All right, well, you know what? I think it's time to find out what Randy thinks is of value to put on the vehicle. Now, you told us originally you bought it for about $4,000, right? $4,000?
$4,000.
Okay, and you thought the value was?
I wouldn't sell it for a penny less than 40 grand.
Well, guess what? Now you got to turn to that man right there.
Hearing those numbers tells a story. You
Right.
know, I mean, you started out with a cheap barn find truck, but you didn't hold back, man. I mean, you spent the money where it needed to be spent. And I think that helps an awful lot. Downsides, not everybody would do it the way that you would do it. You know, a restorer's gonna see this and run away. But somebody like yourself or somebody that really loves this aesthetic is gonna be all over it. To me, to put this on the market, I mean, the number that I would put on this truck would probably be between 35 and 40 grand.
Good to hear.
Right on.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, as long as I'm not losing money, I'm always happy. He gave a high number, really, to be honest with you. It's a good number. I'm not disappointed with the number at all. Nothing's better to me than just jumping in an old pickup truck, just cruising down PCH. There's nothing better to me, personally.